Hi everyone, I'm Ian Preston. Welcome to Toyota Sports Night. Well, what a weekend we have in the Capital Region. We have the Albany Cup coming up on Sunday, but all eyes were on the Carrier Dome Saturday. Troy and Glens Falls looking to join Cambridge as state champs from Section 2 this season.
You've experienced New York style pizza, I'm sure. Where does it come? I mean, you're already shaking your head, you know, but how does it compare to what I call the real pizza, deep dish pizza, Chicago style?
Still #1.
My man, that's what I'm talking about, absolutely.
I'm going to nominate you for Dancing with the Stars. Go ahead.
More from this Schenectady defense, I'd win it. It wouldn't be any point.
Well, Marissa, more than likely in a few years, we're going to see Sharissa Richards, number 25, hanging from the rafters here at the SEFQ Arena.
They're going to be talking about this one in Cambridge for a long time. The Indians win a classic in double overtime, 22-21, to capture the New York State Class D title. Zach Rowland hit Sean Lemieux on the game-winning two-point conversion to capture the title. Sometimes in these crosstown rivalry games, you can throw the records and all the numbers out the window. Sometimes the underdogs come ready to play, and at least in the first half, that's the way it looked for Siena. However, in the second half, the fifth-ranked Great Danes showed why they're one of the best teams in the country, outscoring the Saints 10-4 en route to the 17-8 victory.
But in baseball, Chris is also the Sabres' two-time MVP and has batted over .400 the last 2 years. And as a pitcher, he struck out 40 guys in 32 innings this season.
Well, there's one trainer here in Saratoga who just seems to stand out in a crowd. He's known for pulling off upsets here, hosting parties at his barn, complete with gumbo, and one more thing.
Bloggers and stuff started calling me the Dragon Slayer, so I like that better anyway. So now I'm the new Dragon Slayer is my new name. They named me here in New York.
He may not be mistaken for St. George anytime soon.
Isn't that perfect?
But trainer Eric Guillot is very much the stuff of legend.
I got the guy from the Twilight Saga, way more handsome, so I'm giving you a lot more credit than you deserve when it comes to Teflon Todd here.
The infamous Cajun and his voodoo dolls,
Karen McLaughlin,
are back at the spa and shaking things up once again.
Funny thing about Fletcher is the other day I would embarrass my wife because she keeps saying that he looks like Ray Romano, but I couldn't get a Ray Romano doll.
This year, it's his Colt Laubin who's bringing the magic back to the spa.
A shocker! A maiden has won the Jim Dandy!
Just a few weeks ago, the Genius, with a J, put the maiden in a star-studded Jim Dandy field and won going wire to wire.
Week before the Jim Dandy, he goes, "Big dog, why don't you run that LeBan a maiden race and give him a W?" So I did, but it was a $600,000 maiden special weight.
Number 2, Laubin was first.
Now Guillot hopes Laubin can get another win, this time in the Travers, and he's using all the help he can get.
And Charlie Brown got 3 of them going in there, and he's been getting a little cocky lately, so I figured I'm gonna put it to him, stick it to him good with the voodoo doll. So that's why it says, "Help me, Guillot," and the dragon's eating him, and the dragon slayer, me over here hanging out with the sword, just saying, "Later, Charlie Brown."
No trainer in the Travers is safe from the Guillot voodoo.
I sent that to half a dozen people. Everyone knew this was Steve-O. I call him Steve-O.
The hair's a good one.
Yeah, the hair, that's what I'm saying. The hair and the goatee, it looks like Steve, you know what I mean? So, I mean, this is Steve thought it was Jesus Christ, but, you know, I mean, wishful thinking, Steve.
His methods may be unorthodox, to say the least, but they're getting results. It's all part of the charm of Guillot.
This thought process that people think that if you put a horse where it gives them a win, that they're smart enough to figure it out, that's just a bunch of baloney. If a horse has to have desire to win, then he's not going to be a great stakes horse.
Guillot understands the Travers will be different than the Jim Dandy. He isn't about to change his strategy.
We'll be close, but I mean, if other people are riding and shoving and on the pedal, I'm just going to sit back on the bridle a little bit and let him run his own race.
Wait a big shot! Wait a big shot!
Guillot thinks Laubin will once again be the long shot in the Travers, even after his impressive Jim Dandy.
I'm going to think it was a fluke last race, and that's what I'm hoping they do. It'd be the best thing, right? Go there and walk the dog again, I'll let the cat loose at the quarter pole.
No matter what happens in the Travers, don't expect Guillot to change his ways much. He loves what he's doing and how he does it. And although he may ruffle a few feathers,
Might call this Guillot's house when it's all said and done, huh?
to him, it's all in good fun.
As I get to get up in the morning and make a living at what I love to do, I'm going to always be comfortable and wear short pants, of course, you know what I mean?
The sparkle in his eyes is just, it melts your heart.
This is Chase Foley. He loves hockey.
He's crazy about hockey. He has a cousin that plays hockey and mesmerized.
I got the death!
He's just mesmerized at the thought of it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the ice or the skates, but he's just in awe.
If you would have seen Chase a year ago, you would have never believed he'd be out here on the ice playing and laughing. Chase has spent almost all of his 5 years fighting to live.
When he was a month old and they come in and say, you know, I'm sorry to tell you, but your son is 98% filled with cancer blast. He's not going to make it through the night. When they first came in to tell us, they also brought people in to plan his funeral.
Chase made it through the night and the one after that. Soon the days turned into weeks, and that's when hope came through.
And they approached us about a study drug, but the only catch is that Albany Med and New York City are the only two hospitals that had it. We knew our decision, and our decision was to come to Albany Med.
Around that same time, across the river in Troy, a new hockey tournament was starting to take root. Local amateurs, mostly 40 and older, coming together for the love of the game, but also to help out families like Chase's.
I think that this tournament has become less and less about hockey and more about the families at the Ronald McDonald House.
The Capital Cup tournament is now in its 7th year. So far, it's raised more than $200,000 for families like Chase's that stay at the Ronald McDonald House, free of charge, while the kids, like Chase, undergo treatment.
Like everybody who meets Chase falls in love with them, and Mom and Dad and his big sister, and he's got an older brother and sister too. They're just a special group of people. So it was our honor to help them, and we've been right there along with them throughout their journey.
That journey is almost complete. Chase is now cancer-free and living life like a normal 5-year-old. He's also a team captain for the mighty Hudson Crappie and has been for years now.
Does he give you any good Herb Brooks pep talks before going out there?
A lot of fist pumps. He passes out some swag in the locker room, and we get the fist pumps, so gets us fired up to play.
Play hockey!
This year will be a little special for Chase. On Saturday, he and his family will get to meet the man who donated the bone marrow Chase needed, all arranged through this hockey tournament and the Ronald McDonald House.
People ask me, how did I get so strong and where did I get my strength? It's because of the people that made it possible. It's the Ronald McDonald House. It's the Capital Cup. It's them that was my strength.
As for Chase, Liz says he's just about old enough now to start learning how to skate, and soon after that, she says, you'll see him on the hockey rink. In Troy, Ian Preston, Time Warner Cable News. Hi everyone, I'm Ian Preston and welcome to Toyota Sports Night. Well, so far the road not been a really friendly place for the Siena men's basketball team. Saints are 0-7 away from home, but have played a lot of teams close. On Thursday, Siena was down on Long Island, taking on the defending CAA champs Hofstra. The Saints would have their hands full with the pride in this one. Early on, Hofstra up to 8. Justin Wright Foreman takes this one to the hoop for 2. He had 16. Hofstra up 10. Later on, the Pride now up 13. Siena looking to rally though. Javon Oganyemi doing some work down low. Gets the put back there. He had 12, but Siena down 11. A minute to go in the half. Nico Clarith comes up with the theft. Take it to the hoop for 2. Clarith led Siena with 16. The Saints down 9 at the break. Siena just had no answer for Deron Powers in the second half. With a pull-up 3. Finished with 21. Siena 0-8 on the road. They lose this one by 20, 84-64 the final. All right, heading over to the high school game now, and we had a full slate of action on Thursday night, including a really good one on the boys' side in the Colonial Council between two undefeated teams. Lansingburg was hosting Ichabod Crane, only one walking away with the perfect record still intact. Starting the second quarter, this one tied up at 18. Devontae Jones feeds Gio Canty for the layup. Knights the 2-point lead, but back the other way, Austin Valliere finds Matt Ragosta down low, gets the bucket to go there. He had 16. This one tied at 22 at the half. Let's go to the second half. Lansingburg looking to pull away. Jahidi Wallace takes the feed down low for 2. He led Lansingburg with 19. Knights up 10, but Ichabod Crane rallies back. Joel Werner tipping for 2 of his 10 points. This one goes down to the wire, and how about this? Riders come out on top with a 1-point win They stay undefeated, 50-49, the final. All right, to the Central Hudson Valley League. Bishop McGinn hosting Germantown. This one also a battle for first place. Both teams undefeated in league play. Early on, some great D from McGinn. Dominique Threat. A big block there. Nice name, too. McGinn up 1. Griffin's team, they like to get out and run. Here it's Threat. Head to Andre Smith with the layup. McGinn, 22-17. They kind of remind me of Shaka Smart's old Havoc team at VCU. Here's Bobby Frazier, long pass ahead to Tavian Wallace. Nice touch on the floater there. It's a 10-point game. Germantown struggled with the press, but they figure it out here. Kevin Velez, nice little spin and finish. Clippers down 10, but McGinn, they looked really good. Here's Smith. How about that crossover and ridiculous finish? Top play nominee, couple in this game, I think. He had 27. Bishop McGinn, boy, they're fun to watch. They take over first place in the Central Hudson Valley, 72-50, your final. Well, switching over to the Suburban Council now, and over at Colony, Garnet Raiders looking like they could be a real contender this season. The Raiders are hosting Guilderland on Thursday night. Going to pick this one up in the second half. Dutchman trying to stay in this game. There's Adam Weber launching the 3-ball. Guilderland still down 12. As for the Raiders, they just wouldn't let up. Isaiah Mull, we all know what he can do. Lay up there, he had a nice game. And later in the third, guard Will Ibar, speedster, using that speed to get past the D. Raiders up 23. Then how about this for the exclamation point? Raiders applying the pressure. Pass ahead to Mull. The top play nominee there. The big rim rocker. He had a game high 18. Colony goes on to win 64-30. Wow. All right, staying in the Suburban Council, Troy hosting the Brothers of CBA. The late first quarter, Flying Horses up 8. Ethan Evans, Xavier Cheney in the corner. Gets the 3 to go. Troy gets a 25-14 lead. Second quarter, Flying Horses in transition. Ryan Carmelo going by the defense. He had a nice game, 18 points for him. Troy out to a 15-point lead. Brothers trying to rally back. Scott Trowbridge takes the feed down low, goes up strong for 2, making it a 13-point game, but Troy, too much in this one. Daniel Bowie puts that one in. He led Troy with 28. Flying Horses go on to win it, 81-66, the final. Well, Shaker and Niskayuna playing against each other over at Siena College. Starting the first quarter, Shaker's Jack O'Donnell taking it down the court himself, finishing with the layup. He had 11. A little later, back comes Niski. Alan Dietrich having the basket for the score. Hit a game-high 19 points for the Warriors, down 8. Bison continuing to pour it on off the inbounds pass. Sloan Seymour, the 3. He had 18 to lead Shaker. And into the first, Devin Mahoney. This is the jumper, but Jacob Cook there for the putback dunk at the buzzer. My goodness, what a play. Bison go on to win 71-55, your final. All right, well, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll check on the ladies' game. Columbia and Selena Lott, the future Marquette player, back home looking to stay unbeaten. Their highlights next on Toyota Sports Night.